This is the best question ever. Thank you so much for asking it, and here I'll explain why. So you as a freelancer should be charging more because psychologically in the client's mind, a lot of really great clients associate cost with quality. Just like the way that we look, oh, this is a more expensive handbag, so this luxury handbag should be more high quality because it's more expensive. So there's something psychological when you set a higher rate, people assume that you're more higher quality. I was so worried for the longest time that raising my rates would price me out of working with anybody. I started at $20 an hour. I'm now at $250 an hour, and I am still getting the same amount of client inquiries. I have more clients than ever, and there are way more freelancers charging way less than I am. I looked on Upwork, and I think I'm maybe one of the most expensive freelance writers, if not in like the top 3 most expensive writers. And sometimes my clients literally ask me on a discovery call, they're like, you're 3 times more expensive than everybody else we're interviewing. Why is that? And I say, I have more experience than a lot of the people that you're interviewing. I value my skills. I'm a creative, so I don't have a ton of availability to freelance, so I charge a high rate because that's how I value my time. And you can know you're gonna get somebody who's reliable, has really high quality work, and you're gonna love working with. Also, it's important to note that if you charge a higher rate, and freelancers who are more expensive are often in a better mood because you're more rested, because, in a capitalist society that we're in, freelancing $250 an hour might sound like a lot, and it is, but remember that there's like a lot of costs associated with freelancing. You have to pay for an accountant, you have to pay for a lawyer to create contracts for you, you have taxes, you have a lot of other fees, like pay for your own health insurance. And so with inflation, you should be charging a lot because you're not going to have 40, 50, 60 hours of billable time per week. So you need to think about that when setting your hourly rate. And so when I was hiring freelancers, I was so confused at why the freelancers that I was hiring at $20 an hour, both in the freelance writing space and for some other areas, were not turning in quality work, were always really rushed, were really sloppy, and some of those freelancers were just new and not very experienced, and some were just like, in order to pay their bills, they had to freelance a gajillion hours, take on so many clients, and so I was not a priority to them, which totally understood, because if you're making $20 an hour freelancing, that's not going to pay for very much, and you're going to feel stressed and burnt out, and it's going to be really hard. So there will always be those clients that only want to pay $5 an hour for freelancers, and they will get that work from anybody. But what you should be thinking is you want to be working for clients who value your time, value your availability, and want to work with a freelancer who's reliable and awesome. And so that's why you should be charging more, and you'll actually become almost more competitive.